between $12.50 and $19 an hour isn't enough.
It's hard having kids and have to look them in their eyes and sit there and say, Mommy works a full-time job, but I don't know if we're going to be able to keep a roof over our heads.
They're looking to make at least $23 an hour. A shortage in air traffic controllers and some rough weather could also make Thanksgiving travel challenging this week. This afternoon, there's a hearing on whether the sale of Alex Jones's InfoWars to The Onion can go through. A federal bankruptcy judge in Texas will rule whether the satirical news site's bid was valid. Jones filed for bankruptcy earlier this summer. The Menendez brothers have been in prison for 35 years for killing their parents in 1989. Today, there is a hearing on.
All right, sorry, I'm playing with buttons over here.
Hey, well,
good morning. Welcome to the WSJM Morning Show video live stream. Hey, Mike,
are we live?
We're now live on the video live stream
With our new cameras,
with our
new lighting.
We got new cameras, new lights, and new buttons to try to figure out.
Buttons.
Well, I hit it a second
mouse.
ago, and I don't think an extra. I've got 4 mice over here now.
I'm telling you, it's a regular.
Is
pack.
it mice or mouses when it's the computer mouse?
Yeah, I don't think we need to go there. Well, where's Bill? Bill's always good about grammar.
Oh, Bill will be able to tell us. Good morning. Thanks for watching us on the video live stream. We've got a lot to talk about this morning. I was adjusting the lighting up here, and I was making Mike very nervous.
Yeah,
because I was a whole 3.5 feet off the ground.
Well, you stepped on an office chair. Just step on the counter to adjust
and
the
the chair
lights.
has wheels.
Right.
So anyway, we've got new cameras in here, and the reason I keep talking about it is because they're positioned in weird spots.
Yeah.
And the screens are in different spots. So I'll look here when I read news. I'll look here when I talk to Mike, and I think it looks right on the video live stream.
We got no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I take a couple of pictures of it. And
So tell us what you think on video live.
yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think, and we'll see what we can adjust without injuring ourselves. You injured yourself this weekend. What'd you do?
I messed up my back a little bit, pulling
How?
a snowblower out of the shed. Had one flat tire, and I kind of had to drag it across the driveway, and so
the rules of the season are: if you're going to hurt your back, hurt your back while you're actually doing what you're doing, not getting ready to do what you do.
Oh, good point.
So pulling the snowblower out of the shed, you should not have hurt your back. That was too early.
Good point. But the good thing is, by getting the snowblower out, usually means that it won't snow for the next couple of weeks.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
although
You're
if you're
welcome.
injured while you get the snowblower out, then that means it's totally going to snow. So you might be right.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's the
I did
rules.
that.
Those are the rules. I don't even need this computer. I don't know why I keep looking at it.
So
There.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's out of the system. This one's out of the system, and then this one gave me a scare this morning because I went to turn it on and it just gave me the black screen of death. The same thing that had the other computer got kicked out for. Anyway,
It's a dog eat dog world in computers around here. You're not making it, you're out.
let's see, what else do we have here? So we have other news things to talk about. I'm so confused by gas prices right now. I don't know when to get gas. Because in the mornings when I drive by, I look at couple of the gas stations, and it seems like it's super cheap. And by the time I go home in the afternoon, it's expensive again.
They knew it's AI. They know you need gas.
We
then.
watched a great AI movie this weekend. Have you seen this movie called Afraid?
No.
Oh, it's really
Good.
Yeah. There's something that's kind of like Alexa on steroids.
Okay.
That controls basically the world in your home. Yeah.
Oh.
It's really cool. It was, for me, it was a really fun movie. We splurged, we rented it on Amazon Prime because it was reasonable. But yeah, it was really good.
So there's a podcast. The guy said that he asked his AI or his Alexa, basically,
Okay.
If you were going to take over the world, how would you do it?
Oh.
And it said it would connect to the Roomba to download its information onto the Roomba, and from there it would connect to Wi-Fi, and from there,
my goodness.
and by the time it got done, it had drones flying over, eliminating all of humanity.
All right, we've got to get back to the morning show right here on
Thanksgiving's around the
WSJM.
corner.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And thank you for joining us on the WSJM Morning Show. Sorry, I'm getting used to all the buttons and levers and everything else here because we've got our new camera equipment in the newsroom.
We do.
In the WSJM studios anyway. So if you want to join us and see what looks different, I don't know if it looks that different, but at least you and I can see each other now.
Yeah, we don't have little tripods.
We don't
and
have
cameras in the way.
300 tripods in between us, and then I've got my computer screens have been moved around a little bit, so that's kind of fun too. But we do have 46 degrees outside right now, and a lot of news to cover in just a couple of moments. But first, the weather forecast, if I can bring up the right screen. Today, mostly cloudy skies. It's going to get wet at some point today because we have a 60% chance of rain showers moving through, but the temperature is going to be reasonable. It's going to stay around 52 degrees today, a high of 52 degrees. West winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy skies, a 20% chance of rain showers tonight. Low overnight around 30 degrees, and the northwest winds still gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday's forecast tomorrow, if you're traveling for Thanksgiving, expect a partly sunny day, a 20% chance of lake effect rain or maybe snow, depending on where you are. High around 37 degrees, west winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. And the extended forecast, well, let's look at Wednesday and Thursday. Both of those days, Wednesday and Thursday this week, mostly cloudy skies. There's a good chance of rain, snow mix, a high around 40 both of those days, and a low around 30. That gets you into Thanksgiving. For Friday, mostly cloudy. Again, still a chance of snow showers. High around 32 for the day. So you can see our temperature grade. We're going downward.
Like a toboggan.
Yeah, just like a toboggan headed toward winter. Mike, you come up with the good stuff.
You like
there.
that?
You come up with the good stuff.
I'm here for you.
The some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom this morning. This is disturbing. A new report from the state has found that seatbelt usage is down slightly among Michigan drivers this year. Yeah. Speaking on the Michigan Department of Transportation's podcast, Michigan State University's Timothy Gates said in 2024, 92% of Michigan drivers and front seat passengers reported wearing seatbelts. You think that's good?
Yeah.
Should be 100%.
Right.
But it's only 92%. But unfortunately, that is a downward trend that when you take a look at what's happened over the last 2 years.
In comparison to last year, it's down. We call it marginally down. It's certainly within a margin of error. But our long-term trends we are seeing, if we look at, let's say, post-pandemic to pre-pandemic, there's a definite downtick in safety belt use in Michigan for front occupants.
Now, again, within the margin of error, and not all the data is bad. Gates said fewer people are using cell phones apparently while they're driving.
We saw about a 1.2% decline in handheld use by drivers. And so last year we saw 6.7% of drivers were using mobile device handheld, either talking, holding it to their ear or texting. This year that was 5.5%. So again, 1.2 percentage point decrease.
Gates said that might sound like a small decrease, but it will eventually mean fewer crashes. He noted that the state's hands-free law took effect last July, so perhaps drivers are catching on that they'll face penalties for holding a cell phone while they're behind the wheel. However, Gates also says the report has found one bad driver behavior from the pandemic lingers, and that is speeding. Yeah, so folks are...
And that's blamed on the pandemic?
Yeah, well, I mean, it ticked up during the pandemic, the lead foot, and I've seen it. I mean, we were coming back from New Buffalo Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I was going, 75 miles an hour. I mean, maybe I was going 70 miles an hour.
Right.
But my car,
70.2.
Just doing fine. I'm getting blown away, but the doors are getting blown off here as cars are going like 100 miles an hour down the road.
It is crazy.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
Especially when there's construction on the roadway.
And I would think that this would be a great moneymaker for the state. Start dinging some of these people for going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that more often. I'm glad they don't when I'm doing it.
Right. It's for everybody else. Not
just for everybody else because I'm safe. All right. Other news. Lake Michigan College is planning a law enforcement hiring fair. Speaking of getting more police out there. It's coming up next month. LMC Police Academy Director Brad Byerly tells us anyone interested in law enforcement, a career in law enforcement, can come out and meet directly with the police departments who are hiring.
I've invited all local departments that I have contact information for, which covers most of Berrien County, Cass County, and then some of Van Buren County. Academy, and I think we've had somewhere around 12 confirmed so far that they would be there.
Byerly says all of the recruits that are enrolled at the LMC Police Academy this year were already hired by police departments. So this event is a chance for someone to get their foot in the door, get noticed by the area police departments. They will often pay for a recruit's education at the academy. So he says, come to the fair ready for an interview.
If they really want to be considered for a position in law enforcement, they should come dressed professionally, just like you would for a job interview, and they should bring a resume with them and be prepared to answer some questions.
Byerly says police departments from Benton Harbor, Benton Township, Berrien Springs, Niles, and St. Joseph will be there, along with the sheriff's departments from Berrien, Cass, and Allegan counties. The fair will be December 10th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Hanson Technology Center on LMC's Benton Harbor campus. And the city of South Haven is getting into the Christmas spirit with a new contest they want you to know about. The South Haven Van Buren County Convention and Visitors Bureau, in partnership with Shooting Star and Mayor Annie Brown, are inviting residents to participate in the first ever Sparkle Showdown. It's the Sparkle Showdown. It's the showdown. Executive Director Jennifer Sistrunk tells us the community is encouraged to transform the homes with festive holiday decor and vote for their favorite holiday displays.
We're just hoping we get everybody in the holiday spirit. You know, who doesn't love a good friendly competition? You know, I know there's a lot of homes that already decorate a lot. There are some that may want to. And then even if you don't want to participate, just provide an opportunity for those that just want to get in their car and drive around and view all the lights.
Starting December 9th, participating homes will be included in a Sparkle Showdown digital pass, which will share the houses that entered the contest. So you can go by, take a look, and vote. The public can vote for their favorite displays until December 23rd. And then the top 3 displays will be announced on Christmas Eve and a cash prize of up to $1,500. There are some entry requirements.
And be eligible for the contest. You have to live in the 49090 zip code, and you have to have your application in by December 1st, and then have your decorations up by December the 9th.
Those wanting to participate must enter into the competition by December 1st. Again, we have a link at our website, WSJM.com, for more information. I just think it's a great opportunity. If you want to go see Christmas lights, you often wonder, where are the Christmas lights? They give you a digital pass.
An app.
A little app.
Yeah.
AI can tell you where the Christmas lights are. Don't go see this one. Go see this one. So anyway, so that's exciting.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Kind of a nice little event. All right, we've got more news to talk about here. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. We've got Mike Weibel here, co-host this morning. We'll talk about sports. That's coming up in just a minute. Not from Dave Wolf. He's on vacation this week. We'll have the latest from Michigan News Network. We'll also be talking about the Moody on the Market update, as well as some news items. It's all right here on WSJM.
3 rushing touchdowns led the Lions to their 10th win of the season as they beat the Colts on the road 24-6. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs each scored on the ground for the 5th time this season, tied for the second most of a running back duo in NFL history for 1 year.
We got 2 bell cows, and it's rare. You know, we do. We have 2 guys that you can hand the ball to a ton, and the one of them goes down there for a little bit, and the other guy steps up, and it'll happen.
Okay, I think I've got this thing pushed right. Anyway, good morning. Welcome back to the WSJM Morning Show. I'm going to do some stuff. You talk amongst yourselves over there, Mike, because I've got to do a couple of things here off the air.
So,
no, go ahead. It's fine.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
One of the things I was going to share this morning is safety, Christmas safety.
Oh.
So the U.S. Consumer Protection Safety Commission.
Oh, you want to talk about that one?
Yeah,
okay,
also known as CPSC, estimates that more than 15,000 people are injured each year while decorating for the holidays.
Oh, you're kidding. How many?
So that whole sparkle thing could be a little high risk.
Uh-oh.
15,000.
Right.
Injuries per day are 160.
What?
Yep.
All right. So
on average. And nearby, most of those are falls.
Oh, no. Okay. Hang on. We'll look at this in a second. Make sure I got all that. All right. Checking the video comments here. Good morning, Teresa. Teresa says, good morning, guys. And then she says, good morning, Bill. Bill says, good morning, Teresa.
Hey to Bill.
Bill didn't say good morning to us.
I know. I'm hurt.
Yeah. So I'll give you a tepid good morning, Bill. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning. Teresa says, yuck, I don't like the cold. Bill says, I like the cold and the snow, but if we don't have snow, I wish it would be less cold. I agree with that.
Yeah, I get that. Totally get where Bill's coming from on that.
Yeah, because you take the dog out for a walk, you don't want it to be minus 17.
No.
Yeah.
Or, 38 and raining, or, either be 45 or be 25 with snow.
Let's see. Bill also says, I have stuff I would do outside in my yard that I can't do with snow. Teresa says, how fun. How fun. I wonder what kind of stuff.
I don't know.
Like leaf rake?
Fill us in, Bill.
Dig holes? That kind of stuff? All right, we've got to get back here. Hold on just a second.
We digress.
All right, back on the WSJM Morning Show. Like I said, I'm just getting used to the buttons here again because they've changed them all around. I think we're okay. It's 7:15. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. We've got the video live stream going on. It's 46 degrees in Benton Harbor and St. Joseph, 49 in South Haven right now. All right, sorry, you were. I was doing stuff off the air, and I asked you, Mike, to start in on this Consumer Product Safety Commission Grinch story.
Yes.
They've released new data on toy-related injuries and deaths, which this is horrible. As the holiday, well, I mean, I guess it's a cautionary message.
It is.
It's a cautionary message. As the holiday,
OSHA, sponsored by OSHA.
As the holiday season approaches, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is urging people to put safety at the top of their list while cooking, decorating, and toy buying. In addition, the Consumer Product Safety Commission reminds families to take precautions, whether shopping online or in person, to keep family and friends safe from common holiday-related hazards. They say in their latest toy-related deaths and injuries report, they reveal that in 2023, an estimated 154,700 children ages 12 years or younger were treated in emergency rooms due to toy-related injuries.
Wow. That's a lot.
154,700 kids.
It's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of statistics to keep.
It's a big ER.
Were you injured by a toy?
Right.
Describe the toy.
Exactly. Was it thrown at you?
Did you get a good look at the? Yeah. Did you? Well, yeah. I mean, if I was injured by a toy, typically when I was growing up, this is because my brother threw it at me.
Right.
Or something.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't like sticking beans in my nose or anything.
Well, and it's always, you get those toys where they're like, oh, well, that's a choking hazard because somebody put a tire.
Everything's a choking hazard.
Pulled the tire off and put it. I mean, but what kid did that? The kid's eating glue? I mean.
You know when it's not a choking hazard?
What?
When you keep it out of your mouth.
There you go.
Stop chewing on the toys, kids.
Right.
Toy-related ER injuries treated from 2016 to 2023. So looking at the span of 2016 to 2023, the toy-related injuries actually went down. Nearly 5% for children under the ages of 15, went from 175,600 to 167,500, and it decreased by nearly 8% for children under 13, from 167 and change to 154. Yeah. The majority of toy-related deaths were related to choking on small balls or crayons, drowning linked to flotation toys, entrapment inside of a toy chest. How in the world? How many toy chests are out there that are trapping kids?
It's got to be a sibling thing there.
Or ingestion of the water beads.
Water beads?
Yeah. Have you seen the little things where you just play with the water beads? It's like, and they look tasty.
Oh,
and they're not.
They're not.
They're not supposed to be eaten. Let's see. Yeah, there's some contusions, abrasions, ingestion issues, lacerations. So, I mean, I think the basic thing is don't buy sharp toys.
Right.
Don't buy sharp, poisonous toys.
Right.
That you can fit in your mouth. Let's see what else. We were talking about cooking. The largest share of the 352,400 annual residential fires are cooking related. 45% are cooking related. Let's see. Cooking fires spike on Thanksgiving Day with an average of 1,400 cooking fires, more than 3 times the average daily average of cooking fires. So 3 times the average. So that'd be, if you do the math, 3 into 14 goes, what, 450, something like that, 475. And so you're thinking there are 475 cooking fires a day. That's not bad.
You see those videos of when they take the frozen turkey and they try to deep fry a frozen turkey?
Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a horrible idea. Yeah, it does blow up because you've got the water in there, and the heat from the oil expands the oxygen in the water molecule or whatever. Something expands so fast, boom. Yeah, you just have to be careful. Let's see.
This moment sponsored by Science.
Boom. Prep holiday cooking with these tips for a safe and fire-free holiday season. Never leave cooking food unattended on the stove or in the oven. Only fry a turkey outside and away from your home or other flammable materials. That includes trees. Because if you're trying to stay out of the rain or out of the snow and you've got the cooking thing set up under an old dry evergreen tree or something like that,
or
not a good idea.
Open the garage door and slightly in the garage, slightly out of the garage.
Can't do that. No cheating there. Never use turkey fryers in an enclosed area like a garage or a porch. And there's one other safety item that we want to tell you about from the Consumer Product Safety Commission: holiday decorations. There are about 160 Christmas decorating related injuries each day during the holiday season. 160 injuries decorating. I mean, that's when you grab the tinsel and you grab too much tinsel.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, and you hurt your back.
Right.
Right?
Or you go to plug in the electrical cord and you lick it before you put it in.
Don't do that either. Okay, so 160 Christmas decorating injuries each day during the holiday season. Nearly half of the injuries involve falls. So either you're standing like I did on the counter to adjust the lights, or you've got a step stool or a step ladder or something like that. It gives out. That is the biggest cause of the injuries. They say about during the holiday season last year, about 14,900 people treated in emergency rooms due to holiday-related decorating injuries. So be careful with that. Keep holiday decorating safe, festive, and bright. These helpful tips, they provide: water your live Christmas tree, and look for the fire-resistant label if you're buying an artificial tree.
There you go.
Which I think all of them are probably fire-resistant
by now.
Unless they're bootleg Christmas trees.
Right.
Yeah, so look, and if they are bootleg, they're probably going to say they're fire resistant anyway.
Exactly, they're going to lie. It's the same people that are stealing the Lululemon pants.
They are probably, allegedly. So water your live Christmas tree. You do the live Christmas tree.
Yes,
we do the live Christmas tree. That thing is so thirsty the first couple of days.
It is.
Maybe the first 3-4 days. It's taken at least a pitcher of water, a gallon of water a day.
Yeah.
So you really have to, and that extends it. So it's just good to water it. Never leave candles unattended. They get lonely. They start to turn into themselves, kind of stuff.
Well, you remember the old, your Christmas books where they'd have candles on the Christmas tree?
And they did, yeah.
Yeah. And those houses burned down.
Huge fire hazard. Never leave candles unattended. Keep burning candles in sight, away from flammable items. Put them out before leaving the room. Use flameless candles whenever possible. Love that invention, the flameless candles.
Yeah, they do they flicker.
Yeah, they can twinkle, or they just sit there and they're bright. But whatever it is, the little tea lights, you don't have to have flame anymore.
No.
That's kind of nice. Let's see. Never string together more than 3 sets of incandescent lights, and never overload the electrical outlets.
Well, that's, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Never string together more than 3 sets of incandescent lights. Other stuff, just use your common sense. So anyway, these tips brought to you by the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission. If you want to prove it to anybody else, say we shouldn't string together this many, just go to that website and print it out. All right, it's 7:23. We've got more coming up in just a few moments here on the WSJM Morning Show. Again, congratulations to the Niles High School football team, the Vikings. They are headed to state.
Wow, on Friday, right?
On Friday, yeah. It's super exciting. Let me look back at what they did here. Oh yeah, so they went and played on Saturday afternoon at 1:00, and they basically got out of the gate and they fumbled. And they fumbled the ball in the first drive, and they trailed 7-0, but then they turned it around, and before the first half was over, they scored 38 points. So Niles is going to play Goodrich in the Division IV state final coming up this Friday at Ford Field. Kickoff is set for 12:30. If they win the state championship,
yes,
not only will we shower them with congratulations, not only will we invite the Niles football coach here to talk on the air at WSJM, which we will. We'll have our sports crew help us do that. But then also, we'll know St. Joseph, it could be state champions because they beat Niles. Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's it.
Lakeshore can't say the same thing.
No, they can't. Not this year.
Yeah.
Anyway. Last year.
So, but no, seriously, congratulations to the Niles Vikings boys football team, the high school football team. They crushed their opponent 62-30. That was their victory over Grand Rapids South Christian in the Division 4 state semifinals. They will go on to play Goodrich again. That's coming up this Friday at Ford Field. Kickoff is set for 12:30 p.m. So we'll keep you up to date on that.
Did you say something about a press pass? So WSJM is going to be there?
We're trying. We put in our application for a press pass.
You need an application?
You need an application. They're very strict about the rules.
Oh.
So we want to make sure we stay in the rules, do everything we can to stay in the rules. But WSJM's Sean Robinson, he's headed over to Detroit for the weekend anyway, the holiday weekend.
Okay.
And so he said, hey, I'm near Detroit, Lions Field, all that other stuff. Why don't I just get a pass and go cover the game?
And then he could write off his travel.
Well, exactly. I don't know how you do that, but that's what you do. We have the Bloomberg Market Minute. It's all coming up in just a couple of minutes. News as well from ABC and the WSJM Newsroom. Plus, we're going to continue on the video live stream. It is the WSJM Morning Show.
Would you call free checking that pays you cash back on purchases unbelievable? No.
Okay. This working? Yeah, I think this is working. All right, welcome back to the WSJM Morning Show. Let's see what else. Yes, congratulations to Niles. That's from Teresa. Diane says, congratulations, Niles. Teresa says, oh, okay, I'm going to go see your nephews. Let's see, Diane. Bill says his family's going to be doing Thanksgiving on Sunday because some of the family has to work on Thursday. John says, good morning. He says, top of the morning, everyone.
Top of the morning.
So
like
that's
Orland
fantastic.
Samuelson, top of the morning.
Top
Do you remember
of the morning.
Orland?
I do not. Who's Orland Samuelson?
Orland
Sounds
Samuelson used
familiar.
to give the farm report.
Oh, I do know Orland. Yeah. I've seen him. Chicago, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Always talk about pork bellies.
When I was eating meat,
Yes.
pork bellies, divine. So good. You ever have pork bellies?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Or the little,
Little cubes.
Yeah. So good. Sorry, I'm just doing some other stuff here. I'll make sure. Yeah, go ahead.
You're a tofurkey guy, right?
I have done tofurkey in the past. That is correct.
So is that so what is the consistency of tofurkey? Is it like turkey or is it is it little cubed up tofu?
So tofurkey, basically tofurkey is you take the tofu bricks,
okay,
and you basically kind of mash them up so that you just reduce the consistency down to a paste almost.
Okay.
And then you put your ingredients in it. The last one I made had everything from like a Worcestershire and a hickory smoke and some breadcrumbs and a couple other things in there. And I just made like a mound. and gravity as it was flattened it down like this. I wanted it like this, but it was like this.
Okay.
And then you just bake it, and I put the stuffing in it inside of it. It actually worked pretty well.
Yeah,
it worked pretty well. Not going to do that again this year. Stephanie and I were doing like pot pie type stuff.
Oh, okay.
With mushrooms, and I think that somehow I think there might be lobster involved. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting hungry.
Lobster and mushrooms. That sounds good.
I
hadn't thought about that, but
yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah. And then so we'll have a Thanksgiving on Thursday. We'll have a Thanksgiving on Friday, because the boys will all be together for that day. And then either Friday or Saturday we'll go get a Christmas tree, I think. Haven't cleared that with the wife yet, which day we're doing that.
Yeah, we're scheduled for Friday. It's the understood.
Well, yeah. You're going after the show.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay.
I'm not wearing a headlamp to go out and do a Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, that's right, because
it's dark.
It's still dark out. I could see if it were dark outside if I had a window anymore.
Yeah, they took that away.
Well, it was messing with the camera when it was lighter in here. All right, so let's see what are people planning for travel as far as Thanksgiving. Mike and I are sticking around.
We're here.
Anybody traveling? Let's see. Teresa, you've never had pork belly. You got to have pork belly. If you like bacon, pork belly is like right on top of that.
There. Yeah.
Even a step up further. And I think the last way I had it prepared for me was broiled. So if you ever get a steak from like Ruth's Chris Steak, the reason why Ruth's Chris Steaks are so good is because they have a broiler that's like 800 degrees.
Okay.
Your oven, my oven, they go up to 550 max.
Right.
There's 800. And so just like immediately sears the outside in, and it's already rolled in butter anyway. And I was pretty sure it was at a steakhouse, and I got the pork belly little nuggets in one of those things.
Yeah.
And just seared them in, and just it's like a big hunk of bacon. Yeah, good stuff. But I don't miss it.
Not at all. Not one bit.
But the nice thing about it, and Stephanie and I were talking about this weekend, there are so many substitute meat products out there on the market these days. It's crazy. I mean, you could go to Apple Valley and spend an hour looking through the different options you have for like meat products. And that's just a slice of it.
Right.
They have new stuff come onto the market every day that is really good. You're just fascinated. You're thinking you're hungry over there.
Thinking through the really good fake meat.
Yeah,
versus the meat.
Well, Dr. Prager's is a good one, and that one is I don't know what it's made of, but it's super good. It's not even like a meat thing, although the burgers taste like burgers. They have the consistency of burgers. They look like burgers. It's like,
wow.
And you never get the gristle, the little piece of gristle in there.
Very nice.
Yeah. So in a few minutes, we will talk about something you found this weekend, which was the what the International Space Station astronauts are going to be eating.
Well, we know what they're going to be eating on Thanksgiving, at least.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. And then I found another story over the weekend that had to do with the International Space Station. Oh, gotta get back. And it's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning, Ken Lundberg here, back with Mike Weibel, and we've got 7:32 is the time. Yeah, I'll get used to this thing. For some reason, I'm off on time today.
That's right.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because
the holiday week.
It's the holiday week. Maybe that's it. I mean, we're all working every day except for Thursday.
I know it's a busy week for me too.
Some people have to work on Thursday. We on the video live stream, they commented that they're having their Thanksgiving over the weekend because people got to work on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you think about the people at our nuclear plant down the road, the nuclear plant.
Can't shut that thing down.
Can't take a day off there. So we thank you for doing that. And all of you who have to work
people working in restaurants
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
People work in restaurants on Thanksgiving?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. What are they making, turkey?
I don't know, but we went down to Timothy's last night, and they've got some Thanksgiving deal going that day. So yeah.
Okay.
If you don't want to make it, you can go out and eat it.
Speaking of restaurants, Stephanie and I went to a new restaurant down in New Buffalo. Maybe we'll this past weekend. Maybe we'll talk about that.
What is it? What was it?
Post Boy.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah. So we went down there and we enjoyed it. And what I was really fascinated by was the history of how they got their name.
Yeah.
So
cool.
we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. We'll talk about some space things as well. We were talking about what they're going to be eating on Thanksgiving at the International Space Station, and then also they had a shipment recently that showed up at the dock bay doors, Hal, and it wasn't pleasant.
No.
Yeah. So we'll talk about those stories and more. It's all coming up. We've got ABC News now, local news next, and then a look at sports. It's all coming up right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
Has been warning about a shortage of air traffic controllers, something that could snarl airline traffic this Thanksgiving holiday travel week. If you're planning to fly into or out of Charlotte's airport in North Carolina, you could run into a different problem as well.
Overnight, Charlotte airport workers actually went on strike just days before Thanksgiving, so they're calling it Strikesgiving. Charlotte is one of the major hubs for American Airlines, so this could potentially affect that airline. 1 million passengers are expected to fly through Charlotte this week alone.
ABC transportation correspondent Gil Benitez. Over a dozen people missing after a tourist cruise vessel sank in the Red Sea overnight. High demand for today's hearing on whether the process should begin of letting the Menendez brothers out of prison. Eric and Lyle Menendez killed their parents in 1989. Some in Los Angeles argue they deserve to be released based on good behavior and new evidence in their case. Donald Trump has chosen his new cabinet and named many of those who will play key roles in his next administration. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And coming to you from the WSJM studios, I'm Ken Lundberg. With me this morning is Mike Weibel. 46 degrees in Benton Harbor right now, 46 in St. Joseph, 49 in South Haven, cloudy skies. The weather forecast for today, we are supposed to get some rain. Mostly cloudy otherwise, a 60% chance of rain showers, a high today around 52 degrees. So it's going to be pleasant.
Balmy.
Yeah, it's going to be a balmy day, a pleasant day to be outside, probably the warmest day of the week because we're going to have winds. They're going to blow in the cold temperatures. Tonight's forecast, more rain is possible, low around 30 degrees, northwest winds 15 miles per hour, gusting to 20. Tuesday's forecast, partly sunny, 20% chance of lake effect rain, and maybe a rain-snow mix tomorrow, although the high is going to be around 37 degrees, west winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, as you start your travel, mostly cloudy skies, 30% chance of a rain-snow mix, high around 40 degrees, low is going to be 30. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, mostly cloudy skies for the forecast, 50% chance of rain or snow. So good chance you're going to stay in and watch football anyway.
Right.
Who cares what the forecast is? You feed your tummy and all that other stuff. High around 40 degrees, low around 30. Friday's forecast, mostly cloudy, 40% chance of snow showers. High around 32, low around 28. And then Saturday, another chance of snow showers, high around 27 degrees. So you see
the high
of 27 degrees.
Yeah.
Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom this morning, Benton Harbor is set to fill their vacancy finally for the role of city manager. Benton Harbor city commissioners last week interviewed their final two candidates for the position of city manager. Interim manager Alex Little was one of the candidates. The other was Wilmer Griffin, an underwriter for the city of Detroit. During the interviews, Little told commissioners he's enjoyed serving the city and is glad to have made Benton Harbor his permanent home. Looks like he'll get offered the permanent job because he scored higher than the other candidate during the interviews.
Well,
so we'll have
sounds like Little did a lot.
Yes, thank you. So we'll have that story coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Other news that we're following, giving area entrepreneurs a chance to boost their business. The Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber held its hype pitch competition last week, and we have the winners. We'll talk about that with one of the winners there. And then this past Saturday, 97.5 Y Country wrapped up its 28th annual Stuff a Truck campaign and reported another successful food drive. So we'll talk about that story as well. That's all coming up at 8 o'clock right here on the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. With me is Mike Weibel, and we will continue on the video live stream.
Or Mike Meibel.
Mike Meibel. We'll continue on the video live stream in just a moment right here on WSJM. I'm just going to move that around and do that. We've got the latest from Michigan News Network coming up now, and then sports is up next.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Ryan.
Okay. All right. So I do this and I do this. Sorry, I'm just listening to make sure our sports stuff is good. And it is good. Okay, very good. All right. Yeah, when we have people out, sometimes we have to take the feeds either from Michigan News Network or from ABC, and so that's what we've done here. And unfortunately for us, Dave Wolf is out this week, but Dave's having a great time.
So Terry's the engineer, right?
Terry is the engineer. That's correct. He's the magic man.
That's the most important thing.
He did get a deer.
Did he?
I talked to him last week about this. I can't remember. I thought he said 8-point, an 8-point deer, but he said one of the antlers was a little screwed up.
Oh.
It bent down toward the back. But hey, that's fun. That's unique.
Yeah.
Makes it easier to hang different hats on it when you mount it.
I saw something yesterday, like 172,000 deer were harvested.
Oh, really? So far?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
I didn't know if that was up or down. I just was like, sounds like a lot of deer.
Apparently, it's more than the deer would like to see.
I'm sure they're wanting you to eat turkey.
Yeah, eat more turkey. No, I mean the problem with, though, according to the DNR and others, is there just aren't as many hunters out there. You know, you think about it. Where I was raised, you were able to use a rifle for hunting. Down here in the Lower Peninsula, most of it, at least half of it, you've got to use slugs,
right?
Which means you can't shoot as far,
correct?
Because you don't have the open lands. And then you go up north, you can use the rifles. So that's what I'm used to doing.
Yeah.
But since I don't eat it, I don't hunt.
I saw a video from I believe it was Nebraska. It was a middle school PE class.
Oh.
And they had like 16 kids lined up in the bleachers.
Oh dear.
And they had a
This doesn't sound good.
a deer decoy on a trailer being pulled by, and they are all shooting archery.
Oh, okay.
So that was their archery class, was shooting a deer.
I hope they did well.
I mean, it didn't stick in. They were thinking off of there, but there were several of them that hit the deer. So
that's good.
Yeah.
You ever do the archery?
I have. Yeah.
You ever shot a deer with a bow and arrow?
Never shot a deer. I've gone bow hunting for deer.
Yeah.
But
same here. Yeah. Bow hunting for deer, climbed up in the thing, hung around for I don't know how long.
Right.
Never got a deer.
No.
Because, I mean, you've got to have the deer walking right by your deer stand that day. Anyway.
Did you see the guys now these guys that like to hunt with a spear?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So they'll get up in their stand and not so much for deer, but for like boar or whatnot. And then they'll jump out with this thing and try to, that's a special type of human right there.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Geronimo.
Let me see what we have here. Sorry, the 3 mice are confusing me. Let's see. We'll do that
3
one.
blind mice.
3 blind mice.
See how they run.
All right. So we've got that and that and that. I think we've got our sports. Let's listen to this real quick. Yep, that's good. Okay. Oh, Teresa says I'm doing a great job. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'll get used to the buttons again. Let's see. Yum, gonna nephews, lives in Edwardsburg. Not a vegetarian, but I love that store. Oh, Apple Valley. Yeah, Apple Valley's great. It's a lot of fun to go there.
It is.
And I, although I was kind of concerned recently, a lot of the shelves were just not stocked.
Really?
So I don't know what they were doing there, but yeah, it was interesting. I don't know.
Have you noticed the Ace Hardware in St. Joe is remodeling?
You did tell us about that.
Yeah.
I have not yet been in there since they've made as much progress as it sounds like they've made.
Yep.
Are they still moving the shelving around?
Still actively restocking, moving stuff around. It's very cool. It's nice, but it's a little disorienting.
Oh, yeah.
Because stuff is not where it used to be. And
yeah. Okay.
I used to walk in there and be, can I help you? And I'd be like, nope, I know where I'm going. And now I have no idea.
All right. We do need to talk about, there's the mouse, the space station people. Oh, why don't we start on this one? Stranded on the International Space Station, astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams are surviving on soup. Well, they're not surviving on soup. They've got a lot of things to eat,
but
including soup for Thanksgiving Day. And why is the soup unique? You want to tell us, Mike?
Sure. It's because they don't have a sink or a plumbing line running from the Earth.
You mean the water main from the Earth to the International Space Station isn't working?
That's not working.
Okay.
So they're recycling their fluids.
Yes.
Sweat and urine and using that as, I guess, broth.
Yum.
Yeah. So it gives new meaning to, you go to Thanksgiving and you're like, oh, I don't like Aunt Susan's ambrosia because it's a little bit too salty. Well, did she recycle sweat to make it? I don't think so. So I think you're doing pretty well.
Stranded 254 miles above the Earth, astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams are now surviving on soup made from water recycled from their own urine. What started out as an 8-day mission in June of last year, we kept tabs on them for a while, has turned into at least the 6-month ordeal after the Boeing Starliner spacecraft, meant to bring them home, suffered helium leaks and thruster malfunctions, rendering it too dangerous, too risky to have a manned trip on the way back in. Yeah, I mean, it's yuck, but I mean, they've got the best technology out there to do this, right?
Yeah, sure they are.
You ever watch Bear Grylls? Bear Grylls?
Yes.
The Man versus Wild or whatever it is. And to survive at least one time, he drank his own urine, and it made him look incredibly sick. I mean, he was coughing and puking it up. I just don't, I wonder what the filtration process has to be to get it to the point where you're just not mentally and physically rejecting it.
Yeah, you just have to mentally just click off. They say it's sterile. Your urine is sterile.
Who are they?
I don't know, whoever studies urine. A urologist, maybe.
Oh, the biggest pleasant surprise this weekend.
After the urine conversation, I have no idea where we're going.
Reminding me of toilet etiquette is my oldest son, Stuart.
Yes.
Came home early. Yeah. Came home earlier than expected from college.
And what day was that?
He arrived on Friday. I think it was Friday. Yeah, he spent Friday driving. Don't know why he wasn't in class on Friday.
Huh?
And we'll talk in just a moment. We'll be back.
Today, a few scattered showers this morning, better chances of rain this afternoon and early evening. Highs today right around 50 degrees. As we head into tonight, we drop down near 30. We'll see a few showers this evening and then clear out. And then for Tuesday, partly sunny, but a high of only 37. We're looking at near 40 for Wednesday and Thanksgiving Day with a chance of a rain-snow mix. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
7:45, it's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. With me this morning is Mike Weibel. Yeah, so we forgot to talk about weekends because we were so excited about all the different cameras and everything else in here. By the way, if you want to watch the video live stream of the WSJM Morning Show, we do it every weekday morning, 7 to 8 a.m. And if you've liked it or subscribed to it, you see it pop up as an option every morning. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Just go there, go to the search bar, type in WSJM, and click OK, because we're there. We're talking about everything. When you hear commercials here on the radio, we're back over there talking about mincemeat pie.
Right. And by all means, like, follow, and subscribe.
Yes, absolutely. But no, one of the huge highlights this weekend, probably the highlight after the the long work week, was the surprise that my oldest son, Stuart, came home from college early.
Very cool.
Yeah. He got home on Friday and wanted to come see me on Saturday morning, 7 a.m. And I said,
not even Russell's
7
up for that,
a.m.
is he?
Come on. Barely turning on the coffee maker.
You're
at that
making Russell up at that point.
No, but then we got to hang out for a little while, so that was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun. So
my son came home on Friday night as well. One of them. So
nice.
Yeah. So we started the step in. He'll be here on Friday. Then we got two daughters coming home on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good stuff.
Yeah. So Stuart came home on Friday. Sawyer will be home probably, I think, tomorrow or the next day. They're not very good about delivering plans. Not that I am either.
Yeah.
But as far as like the plans, it feels like all plans are soft, until 20 minutes out.
Yeah. We get that too.
But anyway, so Thanksgiving, it's going to be a nice one. We've got 7:47 here. We were talking a moment ago about the International Space Station. You found a story over the weekend that was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the International Space Station folks, they're up there stuck until what, February?
Yeah,
I think it's February now that they'll be able to come back.
Elon and goes and gets them
on one of the Elon Musk rockets. Yeah. But in the meantime, their Thanksgiving Day soup will consist of their recycled, filtered, cleansed urine
and sweat.
Yeah, well, it's a great way to recycle fluid, because as we pointed out on the video live stream, you don't have a water main running from the Earth up to the International Space Station.
And it gives new meaning to recycle, reuse.
Yeah, reduce, recycle, reuse. No, I'm fine. I can hold it.
Right.
No, more soup? No, I'm good.
Hey, we need some more broth. Can you help us out?
But there was a weekend delivery that happened recently up at the International Space Station, where this big, rocket thing, cargo, docked at this International Space Station.
Okay.
And inside it's their, different science experiment supplies. They've got a lot of food in there. Anything else that they might need. This was a replenishment supply mission.
Okay.
They docked. They opened the doors, and all of a sudden, there's just this rank, toxic smell. Yeah, that's not good.
No,
that's not good at all.
What was that?
Cosmonauts opening the cargo ship that docked with the International Space Station observed a toxic smell and some droplets inside the cargo container. Decontamination procedures reportedly were implemented on both the U.S. and the Russian segments of the ISS. NASA posted a statement that the air quality is now back to normal.
Okay.
There's no danger to the crew. Yeah, it docked over the weekend, and they opened it up, and there was just a toxic smell. They just cannot
catch a break,
pinpoint what it is, or catch a break.
Right.
Yeah, but it forced them to urgently close the hatch into the cargo compartment and start the decontamination procedures. Yeah, I don't know
who sent that up there. Putin?
You would think. They said it was a spray paint like smell in parts of the U.S. segment. Not immediately clear if it originated from the new cargo ship. NASA didn't provide any public information about it until later, when they said the cosmonauts noticed an unexpected odor and observed small droplets. I mean, so they put their air scrubbers and their contaminant sensors into action there. I mean, that just seems like, I mean, how long can you go up there without something really drastically wrong happening?
Exactly.
I mean, some sort of cataclysmic error or something like that. But, the cargo ship arrives and there's this toxic smell. What could it be?
I don't know, but it's not good.
I mean, it may be like a short circuit, something burnt through. I mean, you wouldn't think that they put moldy food in the compartment. Or
Brett just texted us and said that's what they mean by open the windows and get some fresh air.
Yeah, can't do it.
No,
can't do it.
So you got to be so excited. You're getting supply dropped off. You're like, no more urine soup, no more urine soup.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you open the door. Toxic. I mean, you just at that point got to think this trip is really.
Yeah, it's time to go.
I'm sure the 61-year-old, which is the male astronaut, is pretty well considering retirement at this point.
It's 7:51. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We've got the Moody on the Market update coming up in just a moment right here.
For over a decade, you've supported Bears in the Air by putting.
Okay, so I hit video show, and that turns everything off on that part and everything over here on. This is convenient. I can do this. The danger is if I hit live show right now, we'd be live on the air, on the radio thing, which is fine. I mean, all right, we've got to get ready for our Moody on the Market segment. That will be in just a moment. I feel bad for those astronauts.
Yeah, it just stinks. I mean, well, it really does now.
Literally. All right, so we'll do that.
It's kind of the modern day Gilligan's Island, isn't it?
It is 3-hour tour. Oh my goodness. All right. So we've got this thing here. I don't even know. I need more desk space here.
IMS.
Tara
calls it IMS.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Any Thanksgiving traditions you guys have other than eating?
No, eating, and then Friday
the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's unspoken.
That's basically.
So everybody just knows that's what we're doing. They clear their schedule. And if you can make it, fine. If you can't, then you can't. But then you don't have any say. We take dogs along with us usually.
Don't have any say in what? In what kind of tree you get?
Yeah.
Oh,
because it's a whole thing.
Really?
You walk out, look for trees, then somebody will be like, well, there's one over there. And then you go over there. And we've had a couple of times where you go over and somebody sees it and then they'll start cutting it down. And you're like, well, we waited too long.
Oh.
And then we've done the same thing where somebody's like, I think this is our tree.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go look at that one. And we snagged that one. So,
yeah, I do feel that sense of impending, like we've got to make this decision.
Right.
Because I see other families coming this way.
But you can go out.
They might want this tree.
You can go out and pre-pick a tree. You can go out there and then you can tag it and prepay for it and then go get it when you want. It's kind of a nice option. We don't do that.
What do you mean get it when you want?
Well, in other words, if you want to get it tomorrow, you could go out, like say today.
Oh.
And go out and tell them, hey, I want this tree, and they'll tag it, and then you go cut it down on Friday, and then it avoids all the elbowing and
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's so much more neighborly.
Oh. And your whole family isn't there, so you can't really disagree about anything.
Right.
It's like we made the decision.
Right. There it is.
We're gonna go out. Or you could always play the ruse of let's go look for a tree, and you just stumble upon the Charlie Brown ones until you go, oh, look at this one. This one looks great. Why don't we get this one?
Yeah.
Either this one or the Charlie Brown tree, which I really want a Charlie Brown tree one year.
You haven't ever had that happen?
Never have.
No.
I mean, maybe back when I was a wee little lad.
A wee little
a
lad.
wee little lad, and my
Who
parents
chose the crooked tree.
my parents bought the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. But I like the Christmas tree. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Charlie Brown, do it. I like the idea of it. Huh?
No, I do too.
Okay,
with the one little bulb hanging over the top, and
yeah. All right, we've got to get back for our Moody on the Market update. It's coming up in just a moment here. Oh, Postboy. Let me run through this real quick because I brought this
tell
up.
you the history of Postboy.
On October 16th, 1834, Captain Whitaker sent sail from Buffalo, New York, to Chicago aboard a schooner named Postboy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a longer story, and I'm running out of time here.
All right. Well,
but this is basically talk faster. In New Buffalo, there's a new restaurant. It's called Postboy. It's created by the same people who did Houndstooth and Animal here in Benton Harbor. So they now have a place in New Buffalo, and we went there and enjoyed it on Saturday night. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Good food.
Nice.
We ate a lot of potatoes.
Did you?
Yeah, a lot of potatoes. Well, because we're vegetarian and they had a lot of meat options.
Right. So it kind of cuts down your choices.
Yeah, so we had potatoes. Really good. All right, we'll talk. I'll give you that story in just a couple of minutes right here on WSJM.
Is Stephanie also a vegetarian?
Yes.
Oh, that
yeah,
helps.
technically we're both pescatarians.
Yeah.
We can eat fish. Yeah.
Say that twice.
But we don't eat I asked that we don't eat octopus anymore.
Yeah, no, that I'm
because they're very smart.
Yeah, that whole documentary on that octopus ruined me for that.
We'll be back.
WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
Yeah, it's tough. Especially if it's prepared inappropriately or incorrectly.
Yeah.
Octopus can be very difficult. The Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles, and talking a little bit about the Coloma St. Joseph KOA, honored again by the National KOA System. That's right. Over the past year, Campgrounds of America, KOA, has taken a new approach to recognize campgrounds for their superior excellence through a new award, appropriately named the Icon Award. And the new award involves a more targeted criteria that incorporates guest surveys through the Net Promoter Score, year-over-year growth, and overall brand management. It then recognizes the top 10% of similar-sized parks across the KOA system. And during this year's annual convention was in San Antonio, the Coloma St. Joseph KOA holiday garnered the Icon Award, ranking it in the elite class among their peers across the country.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. It's very. Mark Lemoyne said of the KOA here locally, said much of the credit goes to his team at the campground located near Riverside at the I-196 exit. Says, having built an amazing team, we accept this award on behalf of them as we work alongside each other to tirelessly serve our guests throughout the year. Even now, during our off season, we continue to plan and prepare for the new year as we aim to fulfill our goal of once again providing exceptional experiences to our guests. So congratulations on that award to the Coloma St. Joseph KOA, getting the Icon Award. That's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. The WSJM Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. All right, so let's see. Weekend stuff. We talked about, we both have had some sons, daughters getting back for Thanksgiving. We've still got more on the roads this coming week. Weather-wise, I think Stuart's drive back from New York this last weekend, yeah, he said he got ahead of the storm. So I like his thinking there.
Yeah.
He said he only had to slow down to 10 miles an hour for about like a half hour to an hour when he was driving out of New York.
Oh,
because the visibility. No, the visibility
really
was just like whiteout conditions.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, not looking forward to that part of winter, but I am looking forward to the winter wonderland. So that'll be nice.
Whiteout conditions are great when you're sitting inside looking out the sliding glass door.
Yeah, when you have nowhere to go, nothing to do, and you don't know anybody on the roadway. The forecast for today, mostly cloudy skies. We do have a good chance, a 60% chance of rain showers today. High around 52 degrees. West winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to 25. Tonight's forecast, pretty much the same. A chance of rain showers, partly cloudy skies. It's going to get cold, though, low around 30 degrees. Northwest winds 10 to 15, gusting to 20. And then tomorrow's forecast, Tuesday, it's going to be partly sunny, a chance of lake effect rain and snow in the morning, high around 37 degrees, west winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday and Thursday, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain snow mix, a high around 40. It's 8 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The Great Thanksgiving Migration is underway.
Back on the
Millions
video
of
live stream.
Americans taking off work and headed to airports and onto highways. Here's ABC News transportation.
In what's expected to be.
Okay, there we go. Quit playing with your phone over there. What are you doing?
I'm looking at our video live stream.
Oh, okay. We're still on the video.
Us.
Yeah, we're still on the video live stream here. Let me give you the Postboy story. So if you're interested, there's a place called Postboy. It's a restaurant down in New Buffalo.
I am interested.
And so I found interesting their history card here. On October 16, 1834, Captain Whitaker set sail from Buffalo, New York to Chicago aboard a schooner named Postboy. And before Captain Whitaker took command, the ship served as one of the USPS mail ships, commonly known as Postboys, that traversed the Great Lakes. As Captain Whitaker neared Chicago, a sudden and violent storm forced him to steer east, causing the Postboy to wreck on the beach just south of New Buffalo. Struck by the beauty of the area, the captain and crew spent the winter in New Buffalo and ultimately decided to sell their business in Buffalo, New York, and settle in this new land, and they named it New Buffalo.
New Buffalo.
Yeah, because they were in Old Buffalo. Now they're in New Buffalo. Today, the restaurant Postboy sits in the heart of downtown New Buffalo on Whitaker Street, tribute to the rich history and adventurous spirit of Captain Whitaker and his crew.
Interesting part about that is Captain Whitaker crashed or wrecked on the beach and was overwhelmed by the beauty and decided to stay and name it New Buffalo. But what other option did he have at that point?
Walk back.
Right. So where are we at and where are we going? You know what I think, Captain? I think we should stay here for the winter. All right, then.
Most of us are from Buffalo.
Right.
New Buffalo.
New Buffalo. What are we going to call it?
On that note, thank you all for joining us. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I appreciate you putting up with the technical issues that we're dealing with this morning, but I don't think it was that bad.
No, we did well.
I think we did okay
for our
this morning.
first time up and going.
All right, WSJM Morning Show. Thank you. We'll be back in 21 hours.
21 hours.
21.